Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Sticklen. A man who's facing a trial for an attack on a woman in Minot is now having his case pushed back another 3 months. Jagger Lundine's trial was scheduled to happen this week in Ward County Court, but that trial has now been rescheduled for October 29th. He was arrested and charged with aggravated assault after investigators say he stomped on a woman's head and kicked her as she was on the ground at a concert during last year's North Dakota State Fair. Attorneys in the case filed a new questionnaire that will be sent out to potential jurors in this trial. They argued previously that they didn't believe Lundine could receive a fair and impartial trial in Ward County without it. His trial is now scheduled to last 3 days starting October 29th. If convicted, he faces up to 5 years in prison. Most of us never think about what's under the plane when we fly, but that old concrete your plane parks on just got a huge upgrade. Right now at Bismarck Airport, crews are replacing the concrete where planes park to load bags, fuel up, and let you on and off. It's called the apron. It's basically a parking lot for airplanes. The concrete's been there since the 80s. Airport staff say it was full of cracks and dips that held water, which can attract wildlife and even create major safety risks. Now, recently, the airport landed nearly $3 million from the state to help fix it. That money covers about 90% of the cost, and the airport will pay the rest from its own budget.
It was bumpy that we had the bird baths, so it was just an old piece of pavement at the end of its useful life that needed to be replaced, and we're happy to have it replaced.
Work is already underway. Most of it will wrap up by August, and the good news is no flight delays and no new fees for any passengers. And during this past legislative session, a new law was passed making sure everyone has the chance to speak during city meetings. And now Minot City Council members are updating their policies. So starting August 1st, all North Dakota cities must include a public comment period as part of their agendas. What has long been called public appearances at city council meetings will now require citizens to fill out a speaker card prior to speaking. The card asks your name, address, and the topic you plan to discuss. The city attorney in Minot says that address would be considered an exempt record under state open law, which means if the city's decision as to whether or not to release that record. There's also other state laws that apply to different forms of addresses that could make them confidential. Any city can set limits on public comments, such as how long people can speak for the topic, how relevant it is, and whether or not to keep it confidential.
The North Dakota League of Cities provided a model public comment policy for cities to use to kind of craft its own policy that incorporates the limits that are allowed within the state law. So we've worked with interim Mayor Janser to draft this resolution, but it's amended to accommodate the personal appearances place that's present in the order of business.
The speaker card should be submitted to the Minot City Clerk before coming to the podium to speak. Each speaker will still have up to 5 minutes to talk, with a total of 30 minutes designated for public comment, but the council can vote to extend that time. Let's check in with Andre now for a quick check of the forecast.
Well, thank you so much, Chance. And we are starting our day out with those partly to mostly sunny conditions here in Bismarck. And as we head into our current temperature here in town, we are seeing that at 61 degrees and the winds are out of the east-northeast at 6 miles per hour. But as we head over into the Magic City, we are also seeing those mainly sunny to partly cloudy skies too. And the temperature is at 62 degrees with the winds out of the east at 3 miles per hour. But what's ahead, folks? Well, we do got some thunderstorm chances looming here and also cooler temperatures as well, and then we're going to be rebounding from there. Now, as far as what is going on right now, well, we are seeing those mainly quiet conditions with a few spotty showers here and there near Crosby and Kinmare, but other than that, things are looking very good as we start out our new work week. Now, looking at what is expected later on tonight, we are expecting the potential for some strong to severe storms with a marginal chance of severe weather, and this is where we could see some damaging hail and also some hail at times, so that's something that we're going to be watching very closely, so make sure you have that KX Storm Team app on hand. Now, looking at our precision cast, this is 9 o'clock, and this is where southern portions of the viewing area is going to be starting to see that development of those thunderstorm chances, and again, some could be on the strong side, and that is going to be moving out into the eastern side of the state. But meanwhile, we're going to be watching for the next potential of some thunderstorm development in our north and western portions of our viewing area. And as we head into 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday, we're going to be seeing this area move its way towards the south and east, and it could impact here and along the Highway 83 corridor, including here in Bismarck, including here in Harvey, and also near the Magic City potentially as well. And that's going to draw an out once we get into Tuesday evening, and that is going to be before we start seeing some more isolated shower potential in our north and western counties. Now, looking at our temperatures right now, our temperatures are mainly in the 60s at this time, with a few exceptions, including there in Hettinger at 70 degrees, in Beach at 59 degrees, and in Crosby at 57. And throughout the rest of the day, we're going to see those temperatures increase into the 80s and 90s for the most part, exception in our northern tier counties where they are going to be in the 70s, and it's because of the progression of our cold front during this period of time. And once we get into tonight, we will see those temperatures drop down into the 50s and even some 60s in our southeastern areas. And here is the thing. These 60s aren't going anywhere for Tuesday. We're going to see those temperatures mainly in the mid 60s. So these temperatures are going to be running below normal. In fact, we're going to be about 10 to 20 degrees below normal. So it's going to be feeling quite chilly around here. So if you packed your sweaters away, it looks like you may have to bring them back out because this is going to be quite a cool time for sure. And the 60s are going to continue into the day on Wednesday here in Williston. But however, those rain chances will start to drop on down. And as we head into our Thursday and Friday, we're going to see those temperatures resurge back up into the 70s, and we will see those mainly sunny conditions around here too. And here in Dickinson, we're going to be dropping into the low 60s for our Wednesday, but however, going back up into the upper 60s for our Thursday, and then mid 70s as we head into our Friday with those mainly sunny conditions. Now here in the Magic City, we're going to be seeing those temperatures in the 80s today, but once we get into tomorrow, 60s, and that's going to continue into our Wednesday, and then we're going to see those rain chances dropping down Thursday into Friday, and then we will see those temperatures increase into the 70s Thursday and Friday, and then 80s for our weekend. And that same thing goes here in the capital city too. So chance we're going to be watching for the warm temperatures, thunderstorms, and cooling temperatures over the next 24 hours alone.
All right, Andre, thank you for that quick update. Well, for everyone here at KX News, I'm Chance Sticklen. Have a great day.